When I was 9 years old, I was playing in the dirt at school, in elementary school, with my friends. And a friend in my class walked up to me and told me, "Hey Danielle, you're adopted." And I had no idea what that meant, didn't even know what the word meant. So I asked my parents, and through a series of questions, we finally had the discussion, and I found out I was adopted. Throughout the years, I had a lot of questions the older I got, and I would say maybe around 16 years old is when I really started finding out more of my story and who my birth mom was. I always had a special place for her in my heart, but throughout the years I had a mom. I didn't need another mom. I had a great mom. I had a great dad, and I still do. They're amazing parents. But something I didn't have was a sister. I didn't have a sibling, and I longed for that. I really did. So about 1.5 years ago, I received a phone call, and it was my mom, and she said, I've got something to tell you. And I thought, well, what in the world could it be? And she said, well, your birth mom just messaged me, and you have a sister. I was like, what? I have a sister? Are you kidding me? Wait, hold on, tell me the whole story. What happened? Tell me everything. And so, my mom told me everything she could that she knew, and it wasn't much, but it was a start. My birth mom, her name's Lynn, who I'd never met at this point in my life. She got us in connection with each other, and Jessica immediately sent me a message. And looking down at my phone, seeing her name, my little sister Jessica Tebbets, pop up on my phone, that was crazy. It was amazing. Jessica and I decided to meet, and this past March we met for the first time ever. As soon as I saw her walk through that door, we both took off running, and we didn't have far to run, so we just hugged, and then we hugged some more, and we kept saying, let's just hug one more time, let's hug one more time, because neither one of us could really comprehend that we were hugging each other, that we were actually in person meeting each other. And it was emotional for everybody that was there. So we spent a week together, our first week ever together, and the cool thing about that week is that we had so many God moments throughout the week, not just once a day, multiple times a day. It was like we could just see God moving, that we ended up calling that first week we spent together our 7 days of miracles. One of the biggest miracles that happened that week, though, was that the next day, on Saturday, after Jessica and I had met, we got to meet our birth mom for the first time ever. And it was indescribable. One of the things I've always wanted to tell Lynn, my birth mom, was just thank you. She knew that with my parents that I have now, that they could give me what she couldn't. Another miracle that happened during the first week that Jessica and I had together was she and my birth mom, Lynn, actually got to join me on Wednesday night with our Connect group. And man, that was an amazing experience. We got to share our story. We got to talk about everything God was doing in our life to these people who had been praying for me and loving on me for the last few months. And just to see how God moved in that moment was absolutely incredible. And throughout us sharing our story, there was actually a couple sitting in our Connect group that, told us that God was actually in that moment calling them to adopt as well. And so to see our story have that kind of impact for other people to share what God's laid on their heart, that's incredible. I always wanted a sister, and in that moment I realized, wow, she's right here in my arms. And it was like all that empty space that I had growing up of not having a sibling, it was just filled immediately, and I felt like God's love and His presence was right there covering us, and for that I was so thankful. I can't even explain how thankful I was for that.